Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for December Daily. If you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. This is going to be story 13 in my Volume 1 December Daily album, and it is all about my crafty planner besties, Linda of Linda Loves Creating, and my friend Jen of Jen Boom Creates. So the three of us get together just about once a month. We just started this new tradition where, we get together and explore tiny little areas of quaint little towns. It might just be a street or two. It might just be a small shopping area, but we love a good bookstore and a coffee shop. And of course, we love all things stationery and crafting. So we met through the interwebs and we have met in real life a couple of times. This time, though, Linda and I live very close to each other, about a 20-minute drive away. Jen lives a couple hours away from us. So she met with us virtually because December is just a crazy month. Anyway, I'm just yapping your ear off, but I want to mention before I get into the ornaments, because my original idea, and I had already cut apart this transparency, I did not end up doing what I planned last year, and now I'm like showing you what I just showed you is not what ends up on the page at all for this spread, which is fine. It's just the way things work sometimes. Spell out joy, and it was on a bigger piece of pattern paper. So I was going to stitch with my, embroidery thread, hand stitch joy at the bottom of the page because there's so much white space and kind of blank space in the foreground because we set up Linda's phone across from where we were on a craft cart and took a picture of the three of us. And then I was going to put an ornament in the middle of this O and maybe journal behind it, but that is not at all what I ended up doing. I thought about taking all of this out and just showing you what I did once I figured out what I was going to do, but I want to keep it in because a couple of reasons. One, you may be inspired to create something similar with my original plan with these letters or other letters. And two, I want you to see how my mind moved from this original idea to a secondary idea. So I really loved what sparked all of this was basically I loved this rainbow ornament because Linda's craft room has a lot of rainbow vibes in the background, and I wanted to kind of play off of that and add a little bit more color because this story was pure joy and it is so much fun when I get to hang out with Linda and Jen. So I knew I wanted this story to reflect how I feel about our crafty planner meetup times, which is just super fun. So then I was looking for something else and I found this card and I was like, oh my gosh, I love the colors and this is literally the perfect sentiment for this occasion. So now this is what I'm going to do. I thought I was going to make strips and sew them on, but then I said, nope, I'm going to cut out around each of the words and then glue them on. So that's what I'm going to do. I totally ditched the joy with the ornament idea and I'm going to trim out these three words, oh, what fun. And then I thought maybe I was going to attach them using some star brads that I have from Michaels. But in the end, I moved away from that choice as I kind of figure out what embellishments I want to use. So it's just kind of interesting how a story can evolve, right? Like I had this pre-planned idea and kind of in my head knew what I was going to do. And that is not at all what ends up happening for this story. So what I do is take my Kuretake glue pen and I glue just around the edges of each of the words because vellum can be tricky when you use adhesive and it can show through and I really don't like the look of that. So I just stuck to the edges of the outlined words and you can't even tell that it's there. So I start pulling out the brads and I'm like, I don't want to stick them in through the vellum just yet. Let me see what else I could do here. So I'm not married to that just yet. I still am trying to make this ornament happen, but I realized I didn't like how it looked with the blocky kind of boxy shape that the words form at the bottom. So I ditched that idea, and then I'm like, what else can I use? I remembered that I had some label paper in the, I think this was like the prompt story pack, and it's that paper they printed by accident on like thinner paper, but it's totally fine because I'm just gonna use it like I would a sticker and write on it like a label sticker. So it doesn't matter. It's perfect for this particular purpose. So I end up cutting that out, and that's what I'm going to put at the top and add a little bit of journaling. So I wrote, today was our crafty planner meetup. I got to Linda's early and enjoyed an espresso latte with 2 homemade scones. Jen joined us virtually, and we all worked on various crafty projects. We had the best time as usual. So once I get that written in, I'm like, oh, I need something else. And I also kind of wanted to put something, like I needed to figure out a way to tie in the red die cut piece that says moments and memories on the left. So I pull out some vellum stars, and I think to myself, like, maybe I can place these around the page to kind of fill up some of that negative or like white space. And that's what I end up doing. And I apologize that some of this is off camera because I zoomed way in and forgot that I did that. So that's my bad. But essentially I put 1 yellow star, 1 green star, and 1 red star on the page to create a visual triangle, and then glue them once again on the edges. So just around where the gold foiling is on the backside of the vellum star is where I adhere the glue pen. Then I decide to bring in, or to just try, actually, I'm just trying whether or not I like these gold cardstock stars that came in the main kit. And I'm like, you know what? I do like that. So I end up choosing 3 different size stars and layering them on top of the vellum stars to create just a teeny tiny like star cluster. And then what I decide to do is take one of the gold stars and dangle it in between that negative space that's on the moments and memories die cut in that little like half circle cutout there. That little peekaboo window is where I'm going to put one of these gold stars, just using some string. And I wanted the star to be silver on the other side, so I found this really old, no idea where I got it from, white paper that has silver dots like embossed on it. I could have embossed my own with silver embossing powder, but I'm too lazy for that right now. Be honest, I had a really long day. I worked today and it was a lot. Getting spit in the face was like one of the lows of my day. So yeah, that just gives you a little bit of context for why I'm, it's funny how our moods can affect how creative we choose to be, right? So anyhow, I had that old paper. I was, like fine to use it, and I just traced it using a different cardstock star, cutting it out, and then I taped it to the other side so that you could see silver on one side, because story number 12, if you recall, is our pajama story, and it's got a lot of silver in it, and then the gold star will be on the other side. Again, I apologize for being below the camera there. Didn't realize how zoomed in I was, but all I did was trace a cardstock star onto that paper that I mentioned. And I basically am pulling up the photos from story 12 just so that I can tuck in the string. It doesn't end up being as tight as I would like, but I don't want to ruin the photos, so I leave it. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm tired. It's the end of the day. It's late. So I'm ready to just kind of unwind. And also, I am getting sick again, which is so fun. Yay. Not really. Nora was homesick on Monday, and I seem to be catching whatever upper respiratory virus that she decided to bring home with her. So, anywho, enough about my qualms and issues. Here is the little spinny star that's dangling in the window. I love the way it looks. Off camera, after I take photos, of course, I end up adding a half, like I took the washi tape and I cut it in half, the width of it in half, so that it would fit at the top of the page, and just added a teeny tiny bit of it so that it looked like it was holding the label down, but it also ties in the colors of the oh what fun words I trimmed out, and I think it just adds a nice little finishing touch. The 13 is just taken from these puffy gold numbers. enjoy the close-ups of the finished spread. And then I'm going to fast forward to a picture of the washi tape on the top of the label just so you can see it. And there it is, flipping from 12 to 13. So like this video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and hit the bell so you don't miss my content. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, friends. Remember that you are enough. Bye.